Hi, fifth graders. Welcome to our next unit. It is all going to be about coordinate grids. A coordinate grid, I want you to think of it kind of as a map. We use the coordinate grid to locate and plot specific points. It can help with direction, where to find different things. So before we get started on this page, we have a list of vocabulary words that these words are going to be very important during this unit. So you each should have a piece of paper, and it's just a plain coordinate grid. These are going to be your notes. So what I want you to do is I want you, as I'm talking, to label your notes with these words. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to label the X and the Y axis. So that very first box up there on your screen says axis, and there's two, X and Y. So the X axis always goes left to right, okay? And the Y axis always goes up and down. So X and Y. And when we talk about our X and Y axis, we always talk about the X first and the Y second. So you will see every coordinate that I write, all the numbers that I write, X is always first, and we always go on the X axis first and the Y axis second. Okay, another very important part of our map or our grid is called the origin. So this is the place where we always start. You always start at the origin, and it is the middle point of the two intersecting lines. So we've learned all about lines. We know that intersecting or perpendicular right here, these lines, they cross each other, okay? And that origin, right where they cross, that's always going to be 0, 0. So when you read it, the x-axis is 0 and the y, it's on the 0, okay? So you would still read it X first, Y second, but the origin is at the 0, 0, the exact middle. That word is called origin. Most of the times when we are working with a coordinate grid, we want to find an ordered pair. So that's our next vocabulary word, the green words that says ordered pair. And again, like I've said before, the ordered pair is always going to be X and then Y. Does not matter if it's a negative number, a positive number, it is always going to read X and then Y. And then something that we haven't worked with too much, I'm sure you've seen it somewhere along the way in math, but negative numbers, we haven't worked a whole lot on those. Right here on our coordinate grid, you'll see on the x-axis, anything that is to the right of the origin on the x-axis, those are positive numbers. But if you look over there on the left, they're negative. So it's basically you're looking at two number lines that intersect each other to make your coordinate grid, okay? Anything above the origin on the y-axis is positive, and anything below is negative. So right there you see the blue arrow, it says negative numbers. Just look over there on that side, and those are where the negative numbers will be. All right, go ahead and go to the next slide.